Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about your annotated bibliography. So your annotated bibliography is an assignment that you're going to complete where you are basically conducting research for your final paper, and you are letting me know all of the information that I need to about your research that you found. So you'll be listing out your sources and summarizing your sources and telling me how each one will be useful in your paper. So to begin, you're going to identify a question you have that relates to our course theme, which is ethical issues in your field of study. You should have already done this in your research proposal, and you should have at least started thinking about it when you were thinking about paper 2. So all this assignment is connected to all of your other assignments. You will use this question that you created for your research paper on paper 3 to guide your library research, and be sure this question is one that captures your interest and can be explored in detail. When you have your research question and your sub-questions, you're going to circle keywords from those questions, and those are the words that you'll be researching in the library databases in order to find sources to help you write your annotated bibliography. So you're going to research and write about 8 peer-reviewed scholarly sources, and these will be different from the sources that you have used for paper 1. So you can include sources from paper 2 that you've already found. That's fine. That can count towards your 8 sources. But in general, in this annotated bibliography, you will be reviewing 8 peer-reviewed sources. And these sources should be relevant and reliable, and they will help you answer your main and sub-questions for paper 3. You're also going to prepare bibliographic entries in proper APA format for all of your sources. After each bibliographic entry, skip a line and write down an annotation, and each annotation should do 2 things. You're going to summarize the key ideas from the source, which will be 4 to 6 sentences, and you're going to describe how the key ideas and/or information can help you answer your chosen research question. So be specific. Do not write, for example, this source provides useful information without explaining what that useful information is, and how it connects to your research focus. And that description of how this source will be useful, that will be roughly 2 to 4 sentences. So that can be a little confusing. Let's take a quick look at a sample entry for your annotated bibliography. Let's say you found this article. You have this research question: why are lower income students less likely to complete college, and how might these reasons be addressed? So you went online, you went to the databases, and you found this article, and you want to use this for your final paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to cite that source following APA format, and then you will write an annotation below it, right here, as we can see. And in this annotation, you are summarizing the main ideas of the source in roughly 4 to 6 sentences. And you're also telling me how the source will help you in your paper, what specifically it will help you to show, how is it useful, etc. And that will be roughly 2 to 4 sentences. So you don't need to separate the sentences. You can include them all in one paragraph. But this is basically what an entry will look like, where you have your source citation, and then a paragraph summarizing it and telling me how it's useful in your paper. Please do not list out all of your sources in APA and then below the list of 8 sources write one paragraph that's kind of summarizing everything. That's not what you're doing for this assignment. What you're doing is after you have cited each one of your sources, you're writing a paragraph below it that's doing these 2 things. And so you should have 8 entries that look like this, where you have your source citation and your paragraph below it. So your annotations should be roughly a paragraph long, somewhere between 8 and 10 sentences. You're not writing your paper yet. You're reporting on the research that you have found. And as in summaries, you should not use quotations, and also do not copy and paste the abstract of the articles into your summary. You are reading and understanding the article, and then you're summarizing it. So if you copy and paste the abstracts that you found of the articles, then obviously it's going to show up in Turnitin as plagiarized material, and you will receive a 0 for this assignment. So please do not copy and paste the abstracts. Just read the article, understand it, and then summarize it. I have a separate lecture video on how to write a summary, and I also have lecture videos on citing your sources in APA format, conducting research using the library's databases, etc. So please go back and review those lectures so you can create a strong annotated bibliography. Also, your annotated bibliography should be listed in alphabetical order. Your sources should be listed in alphabetical order. So you will look at any source that starts with A, and you're going to list that first, and then your B sources and C sources, etc. So that's how you're organizing your list of sources. And as I mentioned, this is a sample research question and a sample entry for this annotated bibliography. So feel free to take some time and read this, this example and this summary so you can understand how you want to go about writing your own summaries for your sources.